This is WRFM on 98.2. A little something for the weekend.
You're listening to The Crypt on WRFN, and I'm delighted to be joined on the show today by Colm from Donegal Adventure Centre in Bundoran, and he is one of the proud sponsors of the bucket list. So thanks so much for joining me today.
My absolute pleasure, and we're delighted to be able to be involved in such a brilliant idea.
Oh, thank you so much. Everyone's been fantastic. The support has been amazing for the competition. Colm, your centre now, you're the largest surf school in Ireland, so could you tell me about who you cater for at the centre?
Well, not to give you too general an answer, we feel that we cater for everyone, really sort of from 8 to 80 onwards, because different times of the year we do different things. Like when we first started up, it would have been your traditional outdoor pursuits sort of thing, schools and transition years. We first got in contact together through some transition years who used to come up here, but we in the winter now, this time of year where most people say, oh, I suppose you'd be closed, we're running a solace course, what used to be FOSS, to train local people from the northwest to become surf instructors so they can work in towns like Bundoran and Strandhill and the Hinch and so on. Hopefully they get it cleaned up. To become surf instructors. And then sort of from March on, a lot of our weekends are people, of all ages who just always fancied maybe trying surf and they hear all the fuss. We also do kayaking and climbing and so on, but obviously being in Bundoran, surf is number one. And I think more and more people, see everyone else doing it and go, there must be something in it. I think this really helps, is that the wetsuit technology has got so good now that people aren't afraid anymore going, is it not very cold in Ireland to go surfing?
Yeah, and I suppose all year round then as well. I'd say the waves are something else at the moment with the weather we've been having.
Spectacular. Well, of course, just down the road from us here in Bundoran, because we're in South Donegal, is Mullaghmore, which is is on the front page of the Guardian today, and is being broadcast all over the world. Just all along the west coast of Ireland and west and northwest, the surf is amazing. But it is great that the two largest waves in this part of the world, one comes in Mullaghmore, which is absolutely stunningly beautiful, and the other one comes in at the Cliffs of Moher. It's like Fáilte Ireland had this planned.
And then, of course, there you mentioned training courses that you have at the centre. You can do lifeguard training as well there, I believe.
Absolutely. We do both for people who just maybe always fancy doing it, and we do like a 10-week training course where you can come up and learn all the skills, or for those who are excellent swimmers and have maybe an interest in life saving, we just run the courses so you can come up for a couple of weekends and become an RLSS beach lifeguard. And the other thing, we're really trying to create jobs and make sure people stay around. But the great thing is, in this day and age, that the RLSS qualification is international as well. So you can actually travel and work in international beaches with the qualification like that. So,
with all the emigrating to Australia as well, it'd be a great thing to have.
Well, that's it. And now people sometimes say, well, the water will be a bit warmer over there. They have to watch out for sharks. And I always think it's easier to put on a sweater than grow back an arm. Is my theory. But it is exactly for younger people who are planning on travelling and are outdoorsy anyway. It's a brilliant qualification to have, and it lasts for 2 years. And as I said, it's recognised worldwide as well, which really helps. So we do all those training courses well, sort of coming up to the summer, and then in the summer we have a lot of. We were quite a big residential centre as well. We sleep about 120, so we have our teen surf camps and so on, where people come up for a week or 2 weeks and stay over with a lot of Americans and Spanish and so on, stay over. And then we've got our adult hostel as well, because obviously if you're up with your boyfriend or your girlfriend up for a weekend to go surfing and so on, you don't want to be around a load of teenagers either. So we can cater for all of them without having people on top of each other,
That's actually how I heard about Donegal Adventure Centre in the first place. It was from a teenager I know, and she'd go there to your summer camp and she could not praise it enough. She said it's just so much fun. And like I'm from Belmullet myself, and Ishka up there, I used to see summer after summer the same people coming back, and it's like a massive family because the friendships they form, are lifelong friendships.
Well, that's it, and they're a great school as well. And again, we've delighted that we've had a few Gaelgores that have come and done our training course and gone down to work there. But that's it. It's a great experience. And maybe it's that part of. It used to be in Ireland that unless you played soccer or GA or something like that, there was nothing for you.
Yeah.
But people can really enjoy these sports, and the joy of surfing to me is we're bombarded at the moment with images of these amazing surfers, and they are fantastic on these huge, massive waves. But 90% of people surfing in Ireland are absolute beginners. Even if you're a bit rubbish at surfing, it's great fun, and that's the joy of surfing to me. I'm here 13 years. I'm still rubbish because I'm too lazy to practice hard enough to get much better. But the thing is, with the big, friendly foam swell boards, anyone can do it. You don't have to be super fit. You don't have to be a brilliant swimmer. You only go, beginners only go out to their waist. And those foam boards, if you sit on them at all, and there's any sort of a wave, you'll catch the wave. Then, like most people, you'll get the bug and go, okay, I want to be better. I want to stand up next time.
Yeah.
What's great about it is some sports, if you don't have the knack or if you're not naturally sporty, you kind of stand there frustrated for 2 hours and go, it wasn't for me. But the great thing about surfing is everyone can do it. Not everyone can get brilliant at it, but everyone can do it and enjoy it and get the buzz. They will catch a wave. Whether they're standing or not is a different matter, but they will catch a wave and go, right, now I see what the fuss is about.
Fantastic. Well, I'd say that's all the fun of it. Even the falling over and everything, sure, that's all part of the laugh, isn't it?
Well, it is. And the joy of falling over in the water, that it doesn't hurt for a start. The other thing is, it's the old problem of when people do get standing, do you stay standing or do you turn around to your friends and wave at them and go, look at me, I'm standing, which will automatically make you fall over. And I think most people would agree with me, it's better that your friends see you for 1 second before you fall over than staying up on the board for a minute and nobody sees you.
Well, that's it.
But the great thing is you fall over, you get back up, you have a leash around your ankle as well, so the board doesn't fly away from you. You get up, you start again, it doesn't hurt. You don't have to walk miles back up a hill like with skiing or snowboarding or anything like that. You just get on and you go again, and that's the joy of it.
So Colm, what can our winner expect on their weekend at the centre?
Well, an awesome time, obviously. We will look after everything. They all have to bring this themselves, be up for it, and maybe a towel and a pair of togs. We will provide all the equipment. They'll come over, change here in the Adventure Centre, and we will drive them to the beach. It might be one of the great things about Bundoran, when we're talking about surfing Bundoran, we have such a variety of beaches. So if it's a bit small or a bit wild on one beach, we can go to another. We have a choice of about 5 different beaches.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Which is one of the reasons it's so popular here, because there's so many options, and at the same time you can have perfect waves for beginners and you can have the pros out at the same time, and they're not in each other's way, So we will drive them to the beach. They will be there in the water with the as I said, it's an RLSS lifeguard and a surf coach who will be in the water with them. They're not standing on the beach chatting people up. They're in the water with them. They're experienced. They're used to dealing with all sorts of people. Again, not all our staff are 17 and so on. We have a nice mix of staff as well. So if you're afraid it's going to be some beach bum who has no idea what it's like to struggle into a wetsuit, don't you worry about that. We're not that sort of place. So we'll take you surfing. Not that you'll need it, but there's safety there right beside you all the time. As I said, you don't have to be able to be much of a swimmer at all, because you'll only go out to your waist for your first time, and you'll surf. The only downside, I will warn people, this will change your life because you'll want to do it again.
They'll catch the bug.
You will catch the bug.
And then on top of that, then you've mentioned the summer camps and the training courses. You have various packages available for adults. Now I've seen you have a recession package there. Could you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, that's the recession session. That would be probably our most popular package, and it's for one person, 2 people, or it can be a gang. We do a lot of stag parties, hen parties, especially people who don't want to just go somewhere and just go to the pub. They really want an experience, have some fun together. But the most common one is the recession session, and that's a private room in the hostel. Includes any 2 activities. Almost certainly surfing is one of them. A lot of people pick maybe our high rope score, so do some climbing, abseiling, do the trapeze, where It's 40 feet up in the air and there's a trapeze and you jump and catch it. If you catch it, well, hey. And don't worry, there is a safety rope if you don't catch it, because we like repeat customers. Or in some cases people do kayaking, or in the summer we do a lot of cliff jumping. There's a brilliant spot here for cliff jumping, and one of the, again, great things about it is anyone can do it, because the first jump is about 3 feet.
Yeah.
That's all.
You work your
the
way
final
up.
jump is considerably higher.
Oh,
but it's
want to be
a
brave.
level each. It's a level each time, and it's the perfect adventure sport. It's like surfing. It's the perfect adventure sport. It looks scary and dangerous, but when you're with the professionals helping you out, it's incredibly safe. Incredibly safe, and a lot of fun, and the photos will look great. And when you get to show them the pub when you go home, and people go, "You're mad."
Oh, it sounds amazing.
Well, there's a reason they dragged me up from Dublin 13 years ago, and I'm still here. Not only coming up for a couple of weeks, and I'm still in Bundoran. So,
of course, in Bundoran in the summer you have the sea sessions there. That's Europe's biggest surf, skate and music festival. This year it's on the 27th to the 29th of June. I'd say that's such a busy time for you guys there.
Yeah, it's such an amazing weekend. And again, one of the things, those weekends maybe brings people in that don't usually come to Bundoran. It's really become part of the calendar. And there's so much music around everywhere. And it's obviously the festival area itself, but you know, all the other venues and so on all have live music. It's great weather the last couple of years, and everyone's just in such good form around the town. But there's, again, it's another reason why I love living in Bundoran, is there's always something on. And there's something on, even though it's a tiny town, it caters for all tastes. So for example, next week we have a conference on. Now, of course, like most things, it is surf related. It's a big there's a surf culture conference, but we also have experts in from Drew University in New Jersey coming in to talk about Yeats and the influence of the Civil War and history on Irish culture. It's the Transatlantic Conference. We also have some of Ireland's top food writers and chefs coming in and putting on a little bit of display. I personally can't wait for that one. There'll be a sample of all the best of Irish cuisine. We have a movie panel, which I must admit I'm chairing myself, to give ourselves a plug, and with people coming in talking about the influence of America on Irish cinema and vice versa. And we've people again from colleges all over the US. We have Ed Smith from Today FM, their movie critic, coming to talk about it. We have the screenwriter of Good Vibrations, which was a big hit last year, coming to talk about it. So there's always something different on. And again, people would say, God, it's unusual to have something like that, but that's where our interest lies. That, you know, there's always something for everyone here, and it's always a fun place to come.
Well, I tell you, you've Bundoran sold to me now. It's definitely going to be on my list of things
and this
to do
is from
in
an
the summer.
adult as well, you know. That's how they got me. Sure, come up yourself, Frida. We'll organise something for you.
It sounds absolutely fantastic, so it does. I'll say the winner is in for one hell of a weekend with you guys. It sounds great.
We'll spoil them rotten because they'll totally deserve it.
Fantastic. Well, Colin, thanks so much for your time and for sponsoring this fantastic prize for the bucket list.
Always a pleasure, and well done to everyone who enters the competition, because they're all deserving.
This is WRFM on 98.2. A little something for the weekend.